Man, this is crazy. It's 5 o'clock and we have a quorum. So Madam Clerk, would you call the roll, please, so we can go into closed session?
Yes, certainly. If you can please state your name for the record. Members from the City of Colton.
Frank Navarro.
David Toro.
Members from the City of Loma Linda.
Phil Duper?
Dusty Rigsby.
Members from the County of San Bernardino, 5th District.
Baca Jr. present.
Thank you. And members from the City of San Bernardino.
Sandra Ibarra.
Juan Figueroa.
Thank you.
And do we have any comment for closed session?
No, sir, we do not.
All right, at this point, we will adjourn to closed session. Thank you. All right, Mr. Huber, do we have anything to report out from closed session?
There was no reportable action taken in closed session. Direction was given.
All right, thank you very much. Move on to our open session. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll again?
Yes, sir. If you can please state your name for the record. Members from the City of Colton.
Frank Navarro.
David Toro.
Thank you. Members from the City of Loma Linda.
Phil Duper?
Dusty Rigsby.
Thank you. Member from the County of San Bernardino, 5th District.
Baca Jr. present.
Thank you. Members from the City of San Bernardino.
Sandra Ibarra.
Juan Figueroa.
And Member Charette is joining us through Zoom. And I'd also like to note for the record that Councilmember Flores is in the audience.
Okay, thank you. We do have a quorum, so we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mayor Navarro.
Please join me in saluting the flag of our republic. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Burrows, do we have any items to be added or deleted?
No items, sir.
All right, we'll deal with any conflicts of interest if they come up. Moving on to informational items under Section G.
So we'll start with a fun one. On your dais there is a little friendly reminder of our upcoming airport event down the street next weekend, October 18th, our third annual Cruising at Altitude Community Concert over at the airport side. And lots of work going on. Ms. Casares has been busy, and she is on the ready to make sure that we've got you all registered with some tickets. So if you do plan on attending, please talk to Amber, email her, call her, make sure that we know, who you're bringing, and we'd love to see you out there. It's definitely ramping up. We've got all hands on deck getting ready for this thing, and it's looking like it's going to be our biggest one yet. So I'd love to see everybody out there. Mark, anything to add?
Yeah, no, we've got, it looks like it's going to be greatly attended, and really it's our way of celebrating 3 years of Breeze service. Turns out that they offer a great product that people have been finding seriously nice. So thank you, Mike.
The supervisor and I were just talking about it. I don't know, and I don't mean this in a negative way, I don't know who DJ Richie Rich is, but I can only imagine he cannot compare to Bill and Ted from a few years back.
In fairness, DJ Richie Rich has been with us since the very first one. He is an incredible artist, actually. So he performs on the tail of our 737 plane stage the entire night. And he doesn't really like heights, which is pretty cool and pretty nice of him to do that. So it's, but no, Bill and Ted will not be making an appearance.
Could we see some video clips or excerpts? Bill and Ted would be thrown in there.
We'll save that for another concert. We want people to stay.
That group of third base, you remember that? Remember that?
Yeah.
And
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
I do want to make a comment. I want to thank the airport staff. I remember a couple years back at the council meeting, that was an idea I presented to you guys. We were doing the air shows before, and I came from Orange County, and people that live near Orange County Fairgrounds, for example, they get tickets to the events that they held. So this is nice that you guys are offering a free show to the community. So thank you.
Well, and as you'll see, if you can make it out there, the response from our partners and sponsors has been overwhelming this year, and we got a lot of thank yous out there. So I may run out of voice that night, but it's worth it. So love to see you out there.
Well, thank you, Sandra, for that. A report on the UAS Center.
Okay, so as you all very much know, as founders of this program in 2020, we are officially going to the East Coast with this model that we've created. Last week, we were advised that we were successful in obtaining, through our nonprofit partner in the state of Virginia, a $750,000 grant to stand up a companion program for the state of Virginia in the western part of the state outside Richmond. So Ms. Benson and the team have done an amazing job, working through this process. Our piece of that 750 is about $130,000 a year over a 3-year period, so 130 each year. And Governor's working on a little ribbon cutting back there with Kim here at the end of the month. And so kind of like what we've done with our partners at San Bernardino County Schools, where we can actually train folks at a very reasonable cost. This one is really centered on helping skill up the local workforce to be able to obtain employment, long-term employment, using UAS in the energy and utility sector. So it's kind of specific to those partners. After this phase 2 technically is complete, the model is that they would then pick that up with our nonprofit partner, and then the private sector and the state would help keep this thing going over the long run. And we're happy to be a part of it. So stay tuned on that one. We're bi-coastal now. Last but not least, Ms. Pritchett has been working diligently to update our software system. Kat?
Thank you. It has been a group effort. Nydia, our HR manager, has been locked in step. Over the past few years, the admin team's experienced significant and ongoing issues with both our current human resources capital system and our retirement services provider. Staff began reviewing alternative systems in July, and we selected Paycom, Human Resources Systems, and Empower Retirement Solutions to provide services to both IVDA and CBIA employees, hopefully effective in January. This item was presented to and approved by the CBIA Commission in September. However, because the allocation for IVDA falls under the CEO's approved purchase amount, we do not need board approval. However, we wanted to let you know, just as an FYI, that we will be transitioning our systems parallel to CBIA, which will also impact the board because you do receive your payroll and your stipend checks through our system. So there will be some upgrades on your end, but things are moving smoothly, and we hope to have a smooth transition by the calendar year. So that's our report.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to the consent calendar.
Baca Jr. moves calendar.
First and a second.
Thank you. Can you remind me who seconded that motion,
It was
please?
Mayor Navarro.
Thank you so much, Mayor Navarro. We have a motion by Member Baca and a second by Member Navarro. Please state your votes for the record. Member Duper.
Yes.
Member Navarro.
Yes.
Member Baca.
Baca Jr. Aye.
Member Toro.
Yes.
Member Rigsby.
Yes.
Member Charette. I believe he's having some difficulties right now. Member Ibarra.
Yes.
And Member Figueroa.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, even with Fred missing, I think that does carry, so we'll move on to board action items, starting with number 6, Mr. Burrows.
So this one's a little bittersweet for me because I remember working on this when I didn't have gray hair. But
You haven't always had gray hair?
no, apparently not. I've seen some pictures recently, so I may need to color it again. But our Alliance California partnership, as you all know, has been around since 2002, and this is a pretty significant milestone for us together to be able to acknowledge the stellar performance of our partners at Hillwood. When we first started on this journey, we didn't have full ownership of the properties, and we knew we would get them eventually, particularly with great leadership at the IVDA, but also at the federal level. Eventually we did get those. But in that original 2002 agreement, we put in some pretty stringent performance milestone criteria for the developer, not just in the quantity, but quality of the firms that they would bring to the project, the amount of infrastructure that they would help us develop, either through private capital contributions or grant funds that we could help get, and square footage of development as well as total investment. By about 2009, 2010, they had pretty much outpaced all those milestones and gone outside the former base, brought in additional properties into Alliance, California. And where we sit today, as you saw in our annual report story map that Jillian presented last time, they have just exceeded 16 million square feet in 2024. That's about double of what we expected in 2002. So when we baked in the milestones, we also said, well, if you perform, we want you to continue to perform. And that's what we're asking you to authorize today, is a very well-earned extension of our master disposition development agreement through 2031. And again, the contract contemplated this. Thankfully, we can take action subject to your approval to make that happen today and keep the progress moving. So that concludes my report. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any questions, or do we have a motion?
Second.
Okay. We had a dual motion to move from both sides of me, and then Councilmember Rigsby jumped in with a second, so I'm not sure which you want to use. They were like right at the same time. It was like stereo.
I'll defer to my mayor.
I will go with Supervisor Baca. We have a motion by Member Baca and a second by Member Rigsby. If you can please state your votes for the record. Member Duper?
Yes, ma'am.
Member Navarro?
Yes.
Member Baca?
Baca Junior aye.
Member Toro?
Yes.
Member Rigsby?
Yes.
And Member Charette is having some technical difficulties, but he is texting me that he is listening right now. Member Ibarra?
Yes.
Member Figueroa?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to number 7, we're going to talk about our foreign trade zone. Ms. Beltran.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. So back in August, we provided an update on our proposed foreign trade zone acreage reorganization. This is in collaboration with the Port of Long Beach. And to briefly recap, a foreign trade zone is a secure designated area where businesses can benefit from custom exemptions or deferrals on imported goods. This reduces costs for manufacturing, warehousing, and distribution, and ultimately it supports U.S. competitiveness and, of course, economic growth. The proposed reorganization would reposition some of our existing FTZ acreage to better meet the needs of current and future tenants to increase the overall utilization of the FTZ benefits. If you look at this exhibit here, this is our current 175-acre FTZ boundary. On the next slide, please. Here we show the proposed shift in acreage, again, strategically distributed to attract broader range of tenants and maximize the zone's potential. We've seen some encouraging progress with the Port of Long Beach. They received CEQA determination this past September, and their city attorney has prepped a resolution that's being scheduled for the Port's Commission meeting later this month. So once the resolution's been approved by the Port, they will be submitting a package to the Foreign Trade Zone in Washington, D.C. So we will continue to monitor the process and share updates as we learn more about the next steps at the federal level. That concludes my update.
This is just an informational item, correct, at this point?
It is. It's an update.
Okay. And then you're also going to give us a report on the economic development initiatives, correct?
We're going to tag team. Mr. Brills is going to start first.
All right, so this is, as we try to do periodically here, just a snapshot of where a number of projects are. So on the very first slide here, every year, Mr. Cousineau and team work with our consultants, RSG, to track the total assessed value in your base reuse project area. And yet again, this past year has set a new record, getting us over $12 billion in total AV. So we're talking double-digit increases the last several years, and the trend line is pretty impressive. The other thing we also like to look at, Mark and I, is the collection rate. Because it's one thing to have an assessed value, it's another thing to have the taxes paid. And we've got a pretty high margin in that. We're over the mid-90s in actual payments. So that's another thing. So when you see your residents and businesses out there, I mean, please thank them. They're being very responsible. Next slide, if you could. Miriam, your turn.
Yes, so I'll start by highlighting some roadway improvements that are already making a difference, followed by our progress expanding electric vehicle charging infrastructure. Both are critical steps in supporting our economic growth and sustainability goal. So the Sterling Avenue project located here on 3rd and Sterling is approaching completion. We have now a beautifully upgraded, safe roadway that will benefit the community and also provide better access to the airport's fuel farm and their adjacent tenants. The final steps in this project includes the installation of a traffic signal and the relocation of some utilities by Edison. This project was made possible from a grant from the U.S. Department of Commerce, Economic Development Administration. We'd also like to take the opportunity to thank the Seminole Band of Mission Indians for partnering with us on this effort. Next slide, please. This one here, the corridor improvement project. This is going to be an upgrade on 3rd Street from Victoria Avenue to Del Rosa, and it's funded by a $3 million grant from the U.S. Department of Transportation. This project continues the roadway improvements that were initiated under the Sterling project. Again, here the primary goals are to address roadway conditions, improve safety, and traffic flow. Staff has been currently working with Caltrans to finalize the right-of-way certification. Once we have that complete, we'll be ready to move into the pre-construction phase, but we still need to obtain final approval from FHWA, so that's still pending. And due to the ongoing federal shutdown, we don't have a confirmed timeline for that yet. Next slide, thanks. So this exhibit here, we highlight the installation of 130 electric vehicle charging stations, and this is across 5 locations at our IVDA and airport campus. The stations are now fully operational, so if you drive an EV vehicle, you're welcome to stop by and charge up. Next slide, please. So the Energize EV program is from the California Energy Commission, and this one here provides incentives for EV charging infrastructure, but it's for medium and heavy duty commercial fleets. The agency has submitted 2 applications for our Hertz rental car location and also the wash rack location. And I'm sorry, you can't really see the pens. I think we didn't use bright enough color, but so we met with CEC staff earlier last week, and they're still reviewing applications, and we expect to hear back from them, I think, later this year. That concludes my portion. I'm going to transfer it back to Mr. Burrows.
So we already talked about these folks here with our partners at Hillwood. Just another dovetail with them is Miriam and I have also engaged them with our foreign trade zone update, encouraging them to also help get the word out. And help us identify those companies that could benefit and avail themselves of the program within their tenant base. They've obviously been really supportive and are continuing to help us on that. We talked about the UAS Center on the East Coast. Now we can talk about what we're doing over here. So the test range is one of our newest attributes here. Tail end of last year, right before Christmas, FAA designated us under the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Things are going extremely well. Obviously, you all thankfully have approved some site work and improvements. Mr. Barrow's prepping the demolition package of the abandoned structures down there. We hope to be able to get that started here going into next month, and then move on to the grading and the balance of it. Miriam and I are working with Tom Dodson on some narrative to also supplement that with an additional U.S. Department of Commerce grant application for permitted improvements to the site. And we're getting a lot of interest out there. So things are going great. Our base tenant AIBot continues to test and work on their prototype aircraft. Little surprise, if you come to the concert, you're going to be able to check it out in person. They will have a static there for you to see. It's not a little one. It's pretty big. Next slide, if you could. Again, our first responders and our search and rescue teams are a big part of the center. We've got technical experts that are continuing to work with our county sheriff's folks as well as Riverside County, and our full UAS team will be on hand for the concert. So you'll actually be able to get a little meet and greet with some of these really talented folks. Next slide. And then county schools, I can't say enough about them. We started with their regional occupational program about 2.5 years ago now, and it's really grown into a robust system there. What we used to actually have to do on an a la carte basis cost retail about $1,100 per student. Through their ROP program, it's $175. And all you have to be is 16 years old and motivated, and you can, obviously earn a living flying drones if that's what you want to do, and that's what they continue to do. So Ms. Benson is booked out all the way through May of next year with classes, and it's just been a great program. A lot of our team has gone through it, including Ms. Casares over there, a full-fledged 107 pilot. Congratulations. And it's been a really great eye-opener for the region. Next slide. So that's another look at the test range. So you can see us, that's our new dot out there under the University of Alaska flag. And as you can see, we're the only one in SoCal, folks. So looking to broaden that net, bring some of those other advanced air mobility companies to the fold here this year. And it's just an exciting time. Next slide. Internationally, here you go. We continue our partnerships overseas. A lot of this is either policy-based, training-based, or both. So having them look at what we've done, we look at what they do, and really kind of share best practices across a broad spectrum of applications. We learn a heck of a lot from these folks, and this is really rapidly emerging tech. Lots of stuff going on. And as you may have heard, the new regulation for the beyond visual operations was just published a month ago. Our teams on the policy side are making comment and suggestion on improvements to that as well. Since we're capable of doing it at the test range, we want to make sure we're weighing in on the best ways to roll this out with FAA and TSA for that matter. So next slide if you could. Oh, that's the last slide. So there you go. We will, as Miriam said, keep you updated on the FTZ update. When it hits the federal level, we're going to be potentially asking all of you to sign a letter of support for that to help expedite that approval. Port of Long Beach has been great. They're wonderful partners, and we hope in the December timeframe to announce a workshop here on airport with the Port of Long Beach on FTZ. So that just came off our call the other day with them. So that concludes our report. Thanks, Miriam.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments? Yes, sir. Mr. Torres.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment that I'm taking that drone class right now. We've got 3 more classes to go. We even got a guy from San Francisco in that class. He flies out there every Saturday. So, and from what I hear from the other students in the class, who've researched different drone classes, this is probably one of the better ones out there.
Well, great. I appreciate that hands-on report, and I put a good word in for you with your instructor. So,
what's a test look like? Is it a blind test? Oh, sorry, that was dumb. All right.
Is that the word you put in for a funny guy?
I know. Thank you. Any other questions or comments on this one? All right. Moving on to number 9.
Okay, so thank you, Finance and Budget Committee members. Mr. Kuzina wowed and zowed you with our quarterly financials. Thank you, Mark. And then we move on to next month. We are looking at weaving in a workshop date still for your annual business plan update. We had hoped to try to squeeze it in this month, and it just got a little too busy for us. So I'll be working with Jillian on some options there going into early November, so we at least start chipping away at this and get your direction and feedback. So. And we should hopefully have some more answers on the legislative side going into next month. So that concludes our report.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions or comment on that? Seeing none, we had no deferred items. We'll move on to open session public comment, and I have one speaker, Todd Warden.
Good evening, IVDA Board. Todd Warden, your General Field Rep for the South Coast AQMD. I am here tonight to talk about $417 million that the Air District has in heavy-duty cargo moving equipment. I've been to a number of your cities already. San Bernardino last week.
You can just drop it off right now. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll get there. San Bernardino last week, the great city of Colton last night, and we want to get the funds, particularly here in the Inland Empire. The funds are for cargo moving equipment, replacing Class 8 trucks, charging for Class 4 through 8 trucks, so a little bit heavier than what we have here on campus now, and then also looking at battery switcher locomotives that we would like to go all electric. That said, I want to thank the SBD folks, both the SBIA and IVDA, for the work that you've done here on campus over the years, many times with us. You were the first folks to test the commercial electric landscaping equipment. You had the car sharing hydrogen fuel cells over at Luxaver. You put in the clean energy CNG station behind me. You have a lead building that we're standing in right now that used to be the old NCO club. You asked for an EV jet fuel truck back when they didn't exist, and they hosted many AQMD meetings here on new technology workshops that we've had to help clean up the air here in the San Bernardino Inland Empire territory. We've actually, you applied for an H2 hydrogen station, and we're going to keep doing that. We piloted laser paint removal for the planes over behind me to the right, and that had never been done before. Great reduction in emissions from paint removal. SBD also has SBD Cares, and they have the Leaders in Energy Summit every year. That said, we have Watt EV in the great city of San Bernardino at Orange Show, and E Street. We have Green Lane in city of Colton now open, and we just broke ground on EV Realty underneath the flight path here on Mill. We have TCI on Mill with EV trucks. Schneider is running EVs on the San Bernardino side of Fairway, and Stater Brothers right here on this campus is running EVs now. Look forward to working with you in the future, and got passed by 2 electric trucks coming this way, and I want to see more here on the campus, and I want to be assistance to you as well in this territory. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, any board member comment? Seeing none, I believe we will be adjourned. We'll see you guys next month.